we have one more, Rob. One more fighter, and this is where I wanted to get at this point. So we went through all the fighters, all the DLC fighters. We went back through memory lane, told you guys how we hated them, how much we loved them, how excited we were, and now it comes down to one last character, and we will know October 5th. Who do you think, Rob, will be the last DLC fighter? And I want you to really think about this. I want you to really don't fucking just say like one thing that comes out of, I want you to really understand what you're saying though, because I want this to come to fruition. I want this to really happen. You know what I mean? I want you to really put a lot of thought into this.
Okay, I'll tell you who I want it to be. Obviously, how possible it is at this point, Barney could be in the game, right?
Facts.
It's just no one's ever gonna be able to guess the character because it's just impossible. Again, no one thought of Joker, no one thought of Sephiroth. Like Banjo-Kazooie, that's an easy one, right? People are like, yeah, he needs to be in there, right? Steve, there's a lot of speculation with Steve. But again, you have the Joker and the Sephiroth that was just like out of left field and stuff like that. And I think the thing Nintendo can do wrong is if they pick kind of like a nobody. They pick like a Byleth, they pick like a Terry, they pick not Terry, well, you know what I mean? They pick like a Min Min. That would piss people off really bad. And this character needs to be iconic because it is the last one. They even have, and I think it's going to be iconic because it's its own direct. Never they really have their own direct for a character. It's always been mushed into a direct or a Game Award. So this character will be hype as fuck.
It has to be. That's what they're showing you. That's what they're telling you right now, right?
Yeah.
For them to give you a day, nonetheless, on a Nintendo Direct day, right? So on Nintendo Direct, they give you a day of a Super Smash Bros. Character that's going to be announced in the following weeks. They are setting that up to be something big. They know that they have millions of people watching them at that point, and they're like, hey guys, look at us here. By the way, we have a Super Smash Bros. Event, the last DLC fighter coming in a couple weeks. Be sure to be there. That's basically what they're trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So
100%.
that has to be hype. It has to tell you this is going to be something megaton, right? Who could it be, though? That's the problem. If it's someone hype, you got to move the Min Mins out the way. You got to move like the Byleths. Like, it has to be someone that would hold substantial weight. Who do you think it is?
First, I'm going to tell you who I want it to be, and
Sure.
there actually is evidence supporting this.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously Sora is a big one, and I think you're gonna give me your tangent about that.
Yeah, I'm ready.
But I think it really can be Sora, just because one, he fits in the game in perfectly. There are like, I don't know if you saw in that direct, there was a Disney, like a little Disney game, I forget the name of it, and it was like, Disney, you are invited, and Mickey's holding an envelope that looks eerily similar.
Very similar.
The Smash Brothers invitation.
What's this? An invitation? You're invited to live in a magical world with Mickey Mouse and dozens of Disney characters.
So I'm like, again, this could be us looking into it again with the Devil May Cry thing where the guy was talking about the same day, yada yada. But then there's a leaker that says that he saw that Sora's in the game, basically. Like there's rumored, again, it's a leak, it's rumored. It's hard to go off of those things. But
For sure.
This is the last chance. It's like, why the fuck would it not be Sora? He fits in the game. He's not necessarily a traditional sword user. He has the keyblades. He has the magic. Like, he has a moveset for it to be perfect in it.
Listen, everything falls into place with Sora, right?
Yes.
I know there's a lot of naysayers. I know that people are like, oh, you know, Disney won't ever play nice. Like, they're too money hungry. Like, I hate that. I don't know if you saw, I went on like a Smash Brothers forum and I saw that post that someone wrote that exact thing, and I just had to go in. I was like, all right. I wasn't trying to be rude, but I'm like, listen, that is a complete bullshit remark. Why? Because if you notice, if you just take a second to look, Disney has been playing nice with just about almost every other developer out there.
It's like a Marvel.
Why
They own Marvel.
Marvel?
Like
they own Marvel. So you're playing Insomniac games. You're playing Spider-Man. You're playing a Wolverine game in a few years. PS5 exclusive. They are playing nice with other companies. What's it called? Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out soon. They are playing nice with Square Enix. They're playing nice with Avengers, with another game from Square Enix. They are branching out their franchise to other characters, to other companies. These are like substantial, very popular, very like important franchises, right? Now you're talking about Sora, Kingdom Hearts franchise, which I'm gonna be honest, Disney doesn't give three shits about, most likely, right? Because it's a popular game, yes, for us, but does it make them like, Guardians of the Galaxy money or Spider-Man money? No, right? So for them to not give the rights to Sora for him to be in Smash Bros. Just because they are money hungry or because they don't want to play nice, I think it's complete horseshit. And anyone that thinks that, you need to reevaluate that shit, because it is not the case.
I agree with you 100%. That you make an excellent case for that. Like, I'm not disputing that. I think that is it's like, why wouldn't they? Like, that just, there's more reason for them to want to than not to do it. Like, it just logically doesn't make sense.
And again, going back to what you said, sorry to cut you off, the Sora fits perfectly because why? The story in Metal Gear Solid in Kingdom Hearts has a lot to do with exactly what is happening. Combining worlds. Why would he not? Darkness, light, like light and dark. Same thing in this specific Smash Brothers with the whole light and dark situation. Like, what is
the name of the single player mode? The tower. It's something light. It's something, I forget the name of it. It's, whatever. It's something light. Something light. Yeah.
But so it's like, it just falls in place so well. And I think I pitched to you a perfect trailer for Smash or for Sora to come out. It was like, I forgot what it was. It was like Link fighting somebody, and he was fighting like Dark Link or something, and then all of a sudden like Link is like losing or something, and then Dark Link is about to attack him, and then all of a sudden you see like light coming out of nowhere, and then you see like the keyhole come out, and then Sora goes through the keyhole and shit, and he prevents him from like killing him and shit. Like, I just have so many different ways that this can be announced, and the internet will explode. People want Sora in Smash.
All I know is that it's going to be a hype as fuck trailer. You're gonna see the Smash symbol, and it's gonna be all cinematic, and it's gonna be like a 3-minute long trailer. It's gonna be put the bow and everything. It's gonna be perfect. I can't think of a better character to do that. It's him. But Kelvin, this is not a perfect world, right?
I know.
So we have to think of other possibilities. One very popular character that people want is Waluigi, and they've been wanting him for a very long time, right? So it is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but we got to be real here, right?
Yes.
And people were like, well, he's an assist trophy. And I'm like, no, Sakurai do whatever the fuck he wants. He can take him out being an assist trophy if he wanted to in a heartbeat.
Yeah. That does not debunk a character.
Right.
The only thing that debunks a character from what it looks like is a Mii fighter.
Mii fighter. Like Mii fighter, then you're in the shadow realm. Like,
yeah, you're in the shadow realm at this point.
That's why when I saw Dante, I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah. So do you think it could be? So Waluigi. Let's think about that. Waluigi would be a cool character nonetheless. Like, I wouldn't be necessarily mad if he was the last character. But like, would he really be hype? Would he really be a character that's like, oh shit, it's Waluigi? Like, okay, like, I don't know.
Yes
to me,
no.
it doesn't seem like a hype character.
Yeah, there's people but the game's like, okay, Waluigi has been in Mario games. So I just hit my mic. In Mario games, but never as a lead character or support. He's always been a supporting character.
Right.
So that to me doesn't really scream like hype. Like, you want a supporting character to be in the game. It's like freaking in Banjo-Kazooie, instead of Banjo-Kazooie, it's like a little sister. Little
right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's something like that. Or instead of Joker, it would be like Ryuji or
you get like Morgana
or something like that. Yeah, it'd be somewhat like that. Like, so that to me, I'm like, he's not a main. He's not a main character. So that's my argument against that. Like, it's not hype enough.
It's not hype enough.
Now the last one, and this could be a possibility, and would get people very hyped. Master Chief.
Yeah,
Master Chief
for sure.
You would have Snake from Sony, you would have Master Chief from Microsoft, you have all Nintendo. It would be the perfect unison of all of these reps.
My only thing though, and this can go both ways, or there's a debate for both, but there's already Steve, Minecraft Steve, representing Microsoft, right? Sure, they can have another character represent Microsoft.
Yes,
but
Square Enix has Cloud and Sephiroth, and
right,
and what's his name, Hero.
Right? Yep. So that's definitely a possibility. I just don't. I can see it both ways. I can definitely see, okay, Halo, Master Chief being the final character. That makes sense. But also, Microsoft character being the final character on the Super Nintendo Smash Brothers Ultimate game. To me, it just sounds like what. I don't know. I don't know.
That's the same thing as saying for Sora. Sora is like mostly Sony, Xbox. He's not really a Nintendo character. Like he's been on Nintendo consoles, right? In the little games.
And that's what changes things. He's been on multiple Nintendo. He's been on in games and Nintendo franchises for sure. Like he's been in a bunch of Nintendo games.
I don't think that matters because think of like Cloud and Sephiroth. They're from Final Fantasy VII. They've never been on a Nintendo game. And are in the game.
But,
you know what I mean?
But this is the last character, though. This is what I'm saying.
What about Kaiusa? Never been a fucking Nintendo game. Like that does. I think that argument is.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's a valid argument. I'm just saying for it to be the last character, it needs to be either a Nintendo character or Nintendo rep, or it has to be a Megaton character, which, like you said, Master Chief would fit that. But do they want to use that slot for a Microsoft representative?
Maybe if it's hype enough and they do it well enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If Master Chief was the last character and it wasn't Sora,
I'd be okay with that.
Would I be sad because Sora wasn't in the game? Yes,
Yeah.
I would be sad but is Master Chief a worthy spot for that?
For sure,
100%. You can't dispute that. Like, yeah,
no,
100%.
100%.
That's hype.
No, I'd be happy with that. Now, on the flip side, if it was Doomslayer, I'd be kind of tight. I'd be tight. I'd be like, okay, this is like a knockoff, like the drunk version of Master Chief.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Like everyone wants Master Chief. So, in this sense, it sounds like for me, it's like at least for us, it's like Sora, Master Chief, and I think that's really again, Crash. There's the Crash argument, but I feel like his time has passed. Banjo's very similar.
Yeah, 100%. Crash would have been perfect if they were in that same ecosystem or realm when Crash remake was happening. The Crash 4 came out, and that area of time, that would have been perfect. That, like you said, time has passed. It's kind of like he lost his chance, sort of. And I definitely don't see Crash being in the game, or at least the last DLC fighter.
There is one more.
Like a Nintendo rep, you think, or
yeah,
a Nintendo rep?
Could be a Pokemon.
It could be a Pokemon. We talked about that, man. It could be a Pokemon.
It could be Cinderace.
Would you be hyped for that? Would you be okay with that?
It depends who it is. It depends who it is, and if it was a unique enough Pokemon, and it wasn't just. If it was Cinderace, I think I'd be a little disappointed. I'd be like, we kind of have Incineroar, we have Charizard, like we already have like that fire Pokemon.
But Cinderace is cool. Like
he is cool because he does a kick.
Definitely
and
be
stuff like that,
definitely be a different character. Yeah,
and he's humanoid, so that means you could like it's so. It could be a Pokemon. It's very, very likely because we have not had a Pokemon, which is surprising to me.
Surprising. Yeah. So that leads to believe that maybe they might want to leave it for last. But I mean, think about it.
I feel you would have done it already.
They probably would have done it already, or if not, if this is if this is a Pokemon, then it kind of falls in line with Diamond and Pearl coming out soon, Arceus coming out next year. Like it kind of fits that like holiday season where those are coming out.
Infernape.
Who?
Infernape is the fire starter, the last evolution for the monkey Pokemon.
Oh,
and
okay.
He seems like he might that might be it too because I think of, but we don't know. That's the shit. It's like we don't know who it could be. Fucking anybody. It could be anybody, but it's gonna be
high
profile. It's gonna be high profile. And if it's Waluigi, I'll be a little disappointed just because he is that second. I know a lot of people would be happy as fuck.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like that hype would go away because the hype for Waluigi is more so for him just to be in the game, not because he's a dope hype character to have. You know what I mean? Like it's just that whole conversation and that whole thing of like, oh, he needs to be in the game. Like he's grown a fan base of people, like a cult almost of people that want him in the game.
It's exactly. It's not even about they're a fan of him. They're just a cult that want him to be in the game.
They just want him to be in the game. This isn't a hype character to have, though. You know what I mean? So that's my only issue with that. Now, I'm scared because if it's not a Pokemon, which I'd be okay with, I'd be like, if it's not Sora, I'm gonna cry. But if it is Master Chief, I'll be like, okay, I understand. I can see that happening.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think the 4 predictions right now.
Yeah,
is
I think
Sora,
that's it.
Waluigi, Master Chief, and a Pokemon. Those are
and a fucking Pokemon. Yep.
We don't know what Pokemon, but it's gonna be a Pokemon. Obviously, we know number 1 we want it to be Sora. Number 2 will be Master Chief. Number 3 Pokemon, and then Waluigi will be last. But what is your call? Is your call Sora? Are you 100% in with Sora right now?
I'm not 100% in Sora, but you know what? I'm gonna fucking.
You have to be. You have.
I have to be. I'm gonna back up my boy. I'm gonna back up my boy. You know what I mean? Because he deserves a slot in this. You know what I mean? What did he say, Rob? What did he say when he was fighting Ansem? The heart may be weak, right? But sometimes
it may even give in.
You may even give in. But I've learned that deep down there's a light that never goes out, and that light is not going out today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing it.
No, Sora. That is the call right now. Sora. That's it. This is it. Sora's gonna be in the fucking game, 100%. And we're gonna cry. You're gonna be in fucking Puerto Rico. We're gonna be.
I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico, bro. I'm gonna cry.
Let me know if you could Discord. Let me know if you could do the Discord, and I can.
It's gonna be at 10 in the morning. I should be able to. Even if I go in the bathroom just to take a shit for an hour, like I will do that. You know what I mean?
Bro, I honestly, I think I have like a tear right now thinking about Sora possibly being in the game, and it's just gonna be incredible.
We're gonna either be extremely happy or extremely devastated because we're hyping this up, and we're gonna be very upset.
Unless it's Master Chief, because then we would be not devastated. We'd be like, okay,
sure.
I can rest easy, being like that. That's solid. That's good. No, I can't dispute you. Woo! Yeah. This is big. This is huge. This game. And then when's the next time we're gonna get a
So
Smash
this
Brothers?
is my next question, Rob. Thank you for bringing that up. Do you think they will announce a fighters a DLC Fighter Pass 3 for this next one, or do you think this is it? This is the last one.
I think he's done. I think there's characters that are losing. There's only a set amount of characters left that have like that kind of steam where like it'll keep it hype. In all honesty, I would love them to just like keep adding new characters like all the time and just keep this game running. That'd be awesome, because do I want to make another Super Smash and keep kind of do like, what are they going to do next for Super Smash, right? There's like, this is the biggest one. Are they just going to keep leveling up for this one and keep adding these characters? I don't know. The future is very, very in question with Smash.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail right there. I think you said it perfectly. I think if they continue to support this game, I think it would have been ideal, right? Just kind of have this like an MMO sort of that type of thing where like they just keep adding characters to this and not make Super Smash Bros. Ever again. Just improve this one. That would be, for me, the best thing, because I think this is the best Smash Brothers ever made, honestly. It has its issues, but this is probably like, online aside, that's Nintendo's fault. But as far as the characters go, like they could have just continued building this. But I remember Sakurai saying himself that this is his last Smash Brothers, but that doesn't mean Smash Brothers is not gonna continue on after he leaves. So they will more than likely make another Smash Brothers game. It would probably be kind of like a refresh where they start from like ground zero and they have like 10 characters or something, and it's just kind of like something like that along those lines. I'd be a little disappointed in that, but whatever, we'll see how that goes. But to answer my question, I agree. I don't think they're gonna make a Fighter Pass 3. I think this is the last one, and I think that they are still saving characters that they may have in the works or that they may have in their mind for the next Smash Brothers, honestly. It's not going to be anytime soon, but they definitely don't want to put all their all their characters in one game to then not have anything hype for the next game.
I'm gonna buy a fucking Sora shirt like right after this on Amazon or something. Order a Sora shirt, like a Kingdom Hearts shirt, and wear that when I'm watching it. Just to give. I'm gonna go buy a Keyblade or something.
Free my boy Sora.
Where's my Keyblade?
Yeah.
I have a little,
You have a Keyblade?
My key. It's a keychain. It's the keychain.
Oh,
Keyblade.
you
Yeah,
fucking
it's
scared me.
It's not a
You
real
have a Keyblade?
Yeah. No.
You know, Comic-Con. If
they have one,
I
Okay,
should
get
buy
it.
a Keyblade. You know what I mean?
but it'll be too late by the time you go to Comic Con. Like the character will be announced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
let us know, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think will be the last DLC fighter? We have time. We still have time next week. So please let us know. Send us a message on Twitter, or even if we post a video for this, send us a comment down below. Let us know, what do you think will be the last DLC fighter? We want to hear from you guys, and we want to know what you guys think. Obviously, we're hype as fuck for this, so we can't wait for this to happen next week. And yeah, just let us know what you think.